Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Indus YouTube channel. Welcome you all to the ODX Options Dynamics Indicators Suits playlist, and this is the fourth video of this particular playlist. And in this video we're going to discuss about ODX Range Profile. And if you have randomly come to this video, this is not a random video, this is one of the videos of this particular playlist. And in order to understand this particular video in which we're going to discuss about ODX range profile, you need to understand about ODX multi-matrix aggregator as well, because this ODX multi-matrix aggregator plays a key role in this ODX range profile, because by using ODX range profile we can find the stocks targets. So in precise, if I say, we can find targets of particular scripts. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So if I just open any random script, see I have taken SBI CAD as a random script. You can choose any script and simply we need to apply our indicator. So how can we apply indicators? In the previous videos also I have explained. So I am quickly applying my ODX range profile here. And let's talk about the settings first, because traditionally we discuss about settings first, thereafter we discuss about the content and functionality of that particular indicator, right? See, these are the settings we already discussed in custom OI profile. That's the reason I am quickly explaining you, not going in depth into that particular setting. Yes, if you see under layer is selected automatically from the script. And if you see number of strikes, I personally choose 16, but you can choose whatever the strikes, n number of strikes which you want according to your requirement. And expiry date is auto selected, but you can switch to next and far expiries as well. So now coming to auto refresh enabled, I am personally not enabling this particular option because I want to illustrate you this particular indicator. That's the reason I am not. But in general use, it is highly recommended you to enable this auto refresh checkbox. Okay, now coming to profile, according to your customization you can change the positive, negative and as well as text colors. You simply click here and play with this. You can customize according to your own style. Now coming to abbreviate values, as you already know, it will show in the abbreviative values which we have already discussed. Now coming to show info, if I just place my indicators here, you can see clearly it is showing in a tabular form, which I personally not a big fan of this. That's the reason I simply uncheck this. And show strikes, this is one option I frequently use. And coming to show position 1 and position 2, you can enable only one, either position 1 or 2, because we use selected candle. As you all know, smart money is not deployed, or smart players or operators will not trade in each and every candle. They trade at specific candles, which we already discussed in our previous video. So that's the reason I said that particular video is base for this particular strategy, or you call the concept of this video. So that's the reason I am keeping position 2 and I am unchecking position 1. In the position 2 I am selecting in the position 2 I am selecting the selected candle. Okay, in the position 2 I am selecting the position candle, and in the position 1 I am selecting live candle, but I don't want to check the live candle. That's the reason I just enabled only one option. Now coming to calculation type, you just leave it as default passive. And coming to profile width, you can again go with minimum, medium or maximum. I personally use medium. And coming to duration, according to your requirement you can change up to 7 days, but I personally give importance to the current data. And that's the reason I don't go more than 4 to 5 days. Usually I keep 5 days of or 4 days, and sometimes also I go with only 2 days. It depends upon you. Once you have done all the settings, simply click on save option here. It will defaultly save all these settings as default settings. So hopefully you done all these settings. Okay, now how the profile will look like. Okay, so let me also say check this as stick to right. Okay, so if you see stick to right, okay, just I have placed stick to right. Now if you see, let me explain you first what are this data. Okay, if you see on call side, if you are seeing any negative number which is in red color, So that is like call, calls are covering. Okay, in other words, let me keep it simple. If you see green color or positive number on call side, that is option buying, that is call option buying. And if you see green number on the put side, that is put option buying. Okay, and if that is of negative number, they are selling. Okay, like they have built a position in the call option and they are selling it. So hopefully you understood this. In other words, you keep simply understand this. On the call side, if the number is green, then they are buying. Okay, and in the put side also, if you see a positive number, we are seeing put buying. Okay, so hopefully you understood this. Now how to see this data? So now if you see, I am illustrating you this particular script because this is the only one example which I personally traded recent times. So that's the reason. If you see, before that I want to just illustrate you with some few examples. I am taking you to option geeks. Okay, because that are necessary. If you see option geeks, we usually have 4, right? In that majorly we frequently listen about theta and delta. And now you guys comment me, if you are doing a option trading, if I am giving you 3 options, you have 3 options to trade. One is out of the money, in the money, and at the money. Which particular strike will you prefer to do? Let me know in the comment section. But I'm going to also ask you a question here. Usually many of us know out of the money have lot of decay, like we face lot of decay and we have less delta in the out of the money strikes. So we usually avoid out of the money strikes, right? But let's say examples, you in this particular scripts, you have come to know some internal information, that is 5000. This particular script is going to reach 5000. So what will you choose? Which strike will you choose? If I answer about my personal answer, I will choose my target price, because at present that is out of the money, and if my particular strike becomes at the money, okay, within the before the expiry, then my premium boosts like anything. We will see a tremendous tremendous move in this particular premium which we are taking. What is the reason? The reason is the particular out of the money strike is becoming at the money or in the money, right? You might also have listened. If you have listened, let me know. If you are taking out of the money and if it is becoming in the money, then you might see, like in stocks we call multi-baggers, right? In that sort of returns we get in the option as well. So the question is, how can we find this particular scripts which we have out of the money buying? So before that, let me explain you some more points which you need to understand. The first thing is why we see buying in out of the money. There might be many reasons, but I personally feel 2 reasons which you should know. The one is, if we know some internal news, if operators come to know some internal news, and if they are expecting bullishness or bearishness in coming 2-3 coming short period in the sense next 4 to 5 trading days, or near to 6 to 7 trading days, in very short time they are expecting a good news or bad news. In that case they will go for out of the money buying. Okay, and there is also another case. If you see regular income strategies, if you talk about regular income strategies, we usually see cash secured put and covered calls. In simple language, if I say, if you have a good number of stocks which is equivalent to the lot number, or let's say in the ITC or in the Reliance, let's say you have 250 shares. Okay, if you have 250 shares which is equivalent to one lot, and you want to earn extra income even after holding that stocks, then you usually use covered call as well as cash secured put. According to your situation, you use this particular strategies to make money. That means you will go to out of the money and you sell some premiums. So these are the some regular income strategies which smart money and big players use this. So now let's say they have come to know in next coming week they're going to see rally in this particular candle, then in that case also they will exit their positions. If the option sellers are exiting their positions, in order to exit, option sellers in order to exit their position, they need to buy. So what is that? They have done option selling first and they are buying. So that is option buying. So this can be the one of the reason we see buying in the out of the money strikes. So we have discussed now. The main question is how to identify that. Let me show you some scripts. Okay, let me talk about this script only. If you see this, we are seeing two profiles here, right? And if I show you in the first profile, we have selected candle, in the second profile we have live position. So I am keeping only one profile here. Okay, so after keeping one profile, if I see this particular area, there is no smart money involved. How can I say that this particular area no smart money is involved? By seeing the ODX multi-matrix aggregator. If you see in the previous video, I have discussed everything about ODX multi-matrix indicator, but if you see the only change, if you see level 4 we use here, and we use aggregator as buying activity rather than of total buying. Only these two are the changes. Remaining everything which we have discussed in the ODX multi-matrix aggregator video, everything is same. So now if you see this particular area at this candle, I did not get any indication, but after this particular three candles, in these three candles I got a confirmation that smart money is slowly entering onto the long side. How can I say that? Simply you can see the color. By seeing the color and you by seeing this height of this particular multi-matrix aggregator bars, you can say that. Yes guys, here if I just place on this candle, and you can clearly see, if you see at this area what is the price which this particular script is trading at, it is somewhere near to 4879. For the better case of round figure, let's consider it as 4900. And if you see, especially if you check this particular data, we are seeing good number of decent number of contracts in the out of the money, and calls are buying. Okay, which means mostly this particular script gonna to touch the 5000 mark, and most often times, it's not like guarantee it will touch, most often cases we see this. Okay, high probability, there is a high probability from here after this particular candle, right? After this candle we have seen almost near to 34.92 lakh after this particular candle on this spike. You can see 34.92 lakh contracts on 5000. So mostly it will reach the 5000 mark, and if you see at these areas, it almost near to reached 5000 mark. If I am not wrong, you can see almost near to 4 rupees less, it almost reached the 5000 target which is showing here. So now how can we choose this particular scripts? This is the one question. So this particular question I will answer at the end of the video, but if you just try to understand the concept, like if you see this sort of situations, usually we need this sort of candles in the starting of the particular day, so that we can just enter on that particular intraday and we book some gains and we will exit our position. This is the normal strategy we use, but this is one example I want to illustrate you. Okay, so you can see in the out of the money buying. So there are also some cases, let me show you. So now if you see, we are seeing if I just click on this particular candle or this particular candle here, actually there is no activity, no smart money involved. But let's, for example, just to illustrate you, if I am clicking here, if you see 64.44k, 1.69, 1.96 lakh, 1.41 lakh, 1.81 lakh, we don't consider this small numbers, because in the out of the money we need a decent number. Decent number in the sense, if you just click here, okay, if you just clicking here, if you see compared to at this particular area, these prices are near to at the money or slightly out of the money, but compared to at the money and near slightly out of the money, it is some sort of like far from this particular ATM prices, right? But still we are seeing very good decent number. So we need this sort of number, only then we can say that most often this particular script gonna to reach this particular price. Often cases, it's not certain, and I am again repeating, it's not certain, but most often times this can happen. Now coming to UPL, so you can see here, if you see, we are seeing some decent if you compare to the previous day. These are the decent bars. So if I just click here, you can see continuously there is no big confirmations in the out of the money. Can you see any big confirmations in the out of the money? If you see, this is presently trading at near to 460. Yes, you are seeing confirmations at 470, that to 1.22 cr. Okay, at this stage, okay, where the market opened, or at this stage, if you see, even the, if you consider the high, it is 462, but still you are seeing 465 and 470, you are seeing big confirmations. Okay, at this stage, yes, you can consider, but if you have more strikes, at this we have a limitations, we are seeing only up to 470. But if you see more strikes, at least 2 or more strikes, then we consider that as a strong case, but in this case I usually avoid. Okay, now coming to, again, if you see, again there is no smart money involved, and at this stage I have got a confirmation from the smart money. But if you see, we are not seeing any sort of activity in the out of the money. That's the reason we don't take much serious, and here on, if you see, after that we are not seeing any bigger activity in the out of the money. So in this sort of cases I avoid that. Okay, because I only consider that cases where I need to have 2 or more strikes, that too having decent number in the out of the money, then I will show interest on that particular scripts. Okay, if I show ITC, let me show you ITC. Okay, at this area, okay, at this particular area, I have taken entry for the scalping on Friday, and I have booked some profit. Okay, so this is one case. Once you start using it, and once you become used to it and you keep practicing, then it becomes easy for you. Okay, practice makes man and woman perfect. Okay, so now coming to this particular candles, you can see these are the confirmations we are getting from multimetrics. So simply on the first candle itself, I will click on this, and next candle and next candle, but I don't have much confirmations from the profile before this candle, before this 940 candle. But if you see at 940 candle, the almost the price is somewhere near to 6,266, but we are seeing 62.05 lakh at 6,300. And if you see, again I am seeing some activity in the multiple strikes in the out of the money. So that's the reason this sort of cases I take into consideration. And thereafter, if you see, again I got a big candle here, and if you see, again 6,500 is also starting to get some contracts. Okay, it's not a big contracts, but still if you see 6,300, it almost increased 1.19 cr. So this sort of situations I consider. But here the biggest challenge using this ODX range profile is like very easy, dead easy if I say, but the biggest challenge comes is stock selection. So how you select the stock? Because you see, majority of the screeners show after the rally completes, right? But for this we do not have any sort of screener in the quant tower, even we don't have a screener in ODX. So what is the solution? How I personally use? I personally use some methods and some screeners in order to find the stocks. If you want to know about the methods and the screeners what I use, then let me know in the comment section. If I get more comments, then I will make a dedicated video as well. Along with that, I also want one more suggestion from you guys. Is it okay to discuss in detail about everything, and because see, when I discuss everything in detail, sometimes the video length goes to a higher side. So because I keep importance for your time as well, so let me know, is it okay to cover everything, or should I make video length smaller? So let me know that, because if we make video lengths smaller, then obviously we don't go in detail about majority of things. So that is one concern, because mostly I keep in mind about beginners, and I always feel beginners should get help from the my videos. So that particular perspective, I keep discussing everything from the scratch and in detail. So that's the reason the video length sometimes go on a higher side. So for the stock videos, if I discuss about all the methods, again that can also become a big video. Big video in the sense somewhere near to 30 minutes, or somewhere a higher side of 30 minutes. So if you are okay to watch that length, let me also know in the comment section, so that I can plan my videos accordingly. So let me know all the suggestions and the feedbacks through the comment sections at any part of this video. If you liked my efforts which I kept in making this video, so show your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. So see you in the next video. Until then, this is Krishna signing off. Jai Hind.